What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name is Jake, and in today's video we've got the price for the 4060 Ti, and I don't think you're going to like it. Also, those AMD drivers we thought were the culprit for the failed GPUs on the 6800 and 6900 may not in fact been the actual cause. We're going to take a look at that. Also, we've got a new version of BZ Miner, which is official now, and I hit a solo block on Nexa. So, before we get into it, do me a favor, hit that like and hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And the first thing I want to cover today is the HiveOS changelog. So, January 20th of 2023, BZ Miner version 13.0.1 adds support mining Nexa coin on Nvidia GPUs. And by the way, the dev fee is 3%, which may seem a little high. However, keep in mind, that's 2% lower than Wild Rig. Also, we've got faster startup times for larger rigs, and you don't have to worry about using NV tools anymore. If you guys haven't already caught the video where I went over the beta and I show all of my overclocks, I'll leave a link to that down in the description below. Also, yesterday we had an update for SRB Miner version 2.0.2, improved mining performance on SHA-512 256D or Radiant for AMD RDNA, RDNA2 GPUs and Nvidia Ampere GPUs, improved mining performance on dual ETH hash, ETC hash, and Radiant, and they had a couple of other things in here. Oh, yes, BZ Miner's beta was the day prior to that. Also, we've got Wild Rig version 0.36.3, and just a heads up, I had this particular issue when using Wild Rig 36.3 on an all AMD rig, and I was getting about 50% rejected shares on Viper.io, which has since changed to Viper.net, by the way. We'll get into that as well. But if you are having a lot of rejected shares using Wild Rig and you're on Viper Pool, then I suggest upgrading to 36.3. And then we've also got Team Black Miner version 1.8 added support for triple mining. BTC, ETC, and ZIL needed 6 gig GPU memory, removed rejected during ZIL switch, and removed rejected on VertHash. So anyways, moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at the market right now. So the time of recording is about 10:30 p.m. Bitcoin is coming in at $22,605, up 7% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is up to 1,653, also up about 6.5%. We've got XRP at 41 cents, Cardano at 36 cents, Dogecoin at 8.6 cents, Solana at $25, Polygon at $1.02, Polkadot $6.26, Litecoin at $90.24, and then we've got, let's see what else, Monero at $172, Ethereum Classic at $22, and Toncoin at $228. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other GPU mineable coins. We'll start with Radiant. So Radiant is down about 2% at 0.00077. And let's take a look at Caspa next. So Caspa is up a little over 3% at 0.006351. Let's take a look at Flux. So Flux is up over 3.5% at 67 cents. And last one I wanted to look at was Nexa. So right now Nexa is still sitting above 8. So 0.0000825 is where it currently sits. And I'm very curious, where do we go from here on Nexa? I mean, if you look at this unbelievable pump over the last couple of weeks here, you know, you would think at some point we've got to give back these gains. However, the rest of the market just keeps pumping. So is this a nice little bull flag? So if you take a measured move from the bottom of this wick to the top of this wick, you slide it over here, that would get us probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 0.00001 to 12, which is incredible. But I don't know what it's going to do from here. I think if the market keeps pumping, I think we could see another significant move for Nexa. But, you know, I mean, we're up over 400%, I think maybe 600% the last couple of weeks. So, you know, people are definitely going to take profits. So, you know, not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with Nexa, but it's kind of a strange setup here. Anyways, going back to mining pool stats real quick. So let's take a look at emissions. Of course, Bitcoin is on top, followed by Dogecoin and then Litecoin. Looks like, actually, let's sort this again. Okay, yeah, so Chia is still above Zcash, and Caspa is just quite a ways below them there at 155,000 a day in emissions. Ravencoin at 106, Bitcoin Cash at 103, Monero at 76, almost 77,000 per day in emissions. Ergo at 70,000, Flux at 62, almost 63,000. Let's take a look at the 7-day difficulty. So Bitcoin is still up 10%, and Dogecoin is up about 3.6%. Litecoin is up about 9.26%. Caspa is down about 1.3%. Ravencoin is up almost 7%. Monero is down almost 5%. Ergo is pretty much sideways, and Flux is up 12.4%. Let's go ahead and take a look at profitability on a single 3070 at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Right now, Lithium is on top at 3 cents a day in profit. Radiant at 1 cent a day in profit. And then we've got Caspa at negative 4 cents, Flux at negative 5 cents, Ergo at negative 6 cents, and ETHW down at negative 10 cents. Now, it wasn't that long ago. ETHW was negative 17 cents, and Flux was like negative 14 cents. So we're moving up. It's, you know, I guess kind of a healthy rise. I don't want to see things go too quickly, because then we could crash back down rather rapidly. But when it comes to profit on really about the only profitable coin to mine with a GPU, that's going to be Nexa. And let's take a look at profitability on Nexa. So on a single 3070 at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, you're going to get about 38 megahash at 100 watts if you're overclocked correctly. And that looks like it would give you 33 cents a day in profit. So moving on, let's talk about some CPU profits. So on a single 5950X, looks like, I'm not sure what's up with Pulsar here. It's saying you'd have $3 a day in profit. I don't think that is accurate. Maybe an API issue. Panda Knight's coming in at 20 cents a day in profit. Bitorium 18 cents a day in profit. Raptorium 12 cents a day in profit. Monero 5 cents a day in profit. Avian 4 cents a day in profit, and Darrow is negative 2 cents, and the rest are going to be negative as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at some ASICs real quick. So KA3 still on top at $43.80 a day. The K7 is $23.42 a day. The first script miner is going to be the L7 at $17.48 a day in profit, and the first BTC miner is going to get you $4.53 a day in profit on the S19 XP hybrid. And then you got the Jazz miners coming in at about $3 a day in profit. Let's go ahead and take a look at what I've got going on here. So I am currently solo mining with, I'll just use his Discord name, Not Your Friend Guy. And combined, we have 16 workers, and we're pushing over 3.5 gigahash. Shows about 3.44 on the pool here. And we did actually hit a block, probably, I don't know, maybe about 8 hours into it, maybe 10, 12 hours, something like that. But Viper has since changed from Viper.io for Nexa to Viper.net. So they're back to their .net for the rest of their pools like Radiant. And as you can see, we did in fact hit a block about 10 hours ago, for which the payout on Nexa is 10 million minus a little fee there. And yeah, we're going to continue to solo mine for a while and see how it goes, and I will keep you guys updated. Let's just take a look at the farm real quick. So I've got 25 GPUs on my main farm. I've got a couple of GPUs on another one. And then I also have some Windows rigs running right now. I have, let's see, a 30 90 and two 2070 Supers, as well as a 3080 in my desktop and a 3080 Ti in my old desktop. So quite a bit of hash rate going there, but not as much as Not Your Friend Guy. He's got a pretty significant size farm. Anyways, moving on, let's take a look at some of the headlines from today. I did see some pretty big stories on Cointelegraph's mining news. So the first one is Bitcoin price rally provides much needed relief for BTC miners. Bitcoin mining in a university dorm, a cooler BTC story. Bitcoin miner CleanSpark expands operations in Georgia. And then a complaint filed against Compass Mining for losing BTC mining machine hits a snag. And then crypto miner explains how Bitcoin mining stabilizes the grid. And I think the last one I was going to mention here is SEC leaked crypto miners' personal information during an investigation. What a surprise. Thanks, SEC. Anyways, moving on to the regular Cointelegraph news, we've got crypto to play a major role in UAE trade, foreign trade minister says. And then SEC charges Mango Markets exploiter for allegedly stealing $116 million in crypto. We've got why is Bitcoin price up today? Crypto lender Genesis files Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I'm sure you guys have probably already heard this. We may have some more contagion continuing. And then lastly, price analysis, 1/20th BTC, ETH, BNB, XRP. See if there's other interesting stories that we should be aware of here. Genesis bankruptcy filing was decided by independent committee, according to DCG. Stellar joins CFTC's Global Market Advisory Committee as one of 4 crypto organizations. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I wanted to get into a video from GamerMeld. A couple of key things coming out of this particular video. Now, if you guys don't follow GamerMeld, he's not a mining related channel. However, he does cover all of the latest information in regards to GPUs and CPUs, motherboards, and alike. And I think it was either him or someone else was one of the first people to cover the news about these AMD GPUs that were reportedly just cracking, breaking in half, looked like half of the GPU was burned up. And I think the assumption was a common factor, all of them were running the same Windows driver. But it does not look like that is in fact the case. With a little bit more investigation, we've discovered that the majority of these people all purchased their GPU from the same person. And this is a telltale sign that it was probably a miner. And if you've seen videos like this where they're cleaning GPUs, prepping them to sell them, you know, if you did clean a GPU this way, it would probably look like it was brand new for one, but it wouldn't take very long for some of that deterioration to set in. And that may be in fact what they were dealing with. The other thing in his video is speculating on the pricing of the 4060 Ti. It says it's going to come in below 500, but in my opinion, below 500 basically means $499, which is an incredible disappointment. But, you know, if you look at it compared to how pricing is coming in compared to, let's say, for instance, the 3000 series moving on to the 4000 series, that would be in line with what I would expect. So if a 3060 Ti MSRP was at $399, going up to $499, we're talking about a $100 difference. The problem, the main problem that I have with this is the performance that you're going to see out of a 4060 Ti, which is going to be on par, if not equal to, a 3070, which also retailed for $499. And judging by the memory bandwidth, I think it's only an 8 gig card as well, 128-bit bus. It's probably going to be a poor performer in regards to mining as well, which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Last thing I wanted to leave you guys with is, you know, we talk about Viper Pool quite a bit on the channel. And one of the reasons that I do that is because I pay very close attention in Discord. There's a lot of bickering and there's a lot of finger pointing. And in regards to our plant and WildRig creating a monopoly on the hash rate of Nexa, it's no secret. They're not trying to hide it. However, I try to support the pools that have the most amount of transparency and the least amount of drama. And Viper Pool, in my opinion, appears to be a pretty good actor in this space. Right now, they currently have 0% fee mining Nexa. I don't know how long this is going to last. I recommend taking advantage of it while you can. And now that we've got WildRig also supporting other pools as well, whether you're using BZ Miner or WildRig, please distribute that hash rate. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So our plant right now is currently sitting at 4.65 terahash. Wooly Pulley has stepped into the game, currently sitting at 354 gigahash. ACC pool at 58 gigahash. TW pool, haven't heard of this one yet, but they're currently at around 11 gigahash. Now here, this needs to be updated because Viper initially had launched this as Viper.io, and they have switched to Viper.net. And they had about, looks like about 135 gigahash at the peak on PPLNS, and then, let's see, roughly about 10 gigahash, almost 11 gigahash on solo mining. But that needs to be resubmitted to Mining Pool Stats. I believe they did that about 8 hours ago, so it's going to take a little while for that to update. But yes, guys, please spread that hash rate around. Please get off of our plant. We do not need to see a pie chart looking like this. We need to spread that hash rate around. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the content. Do me a favor, hit that like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Super chats are enabled. Much appreciated. I appreciate all you guys, and I will see you on the next one.